drunk boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, in the boxing community, there's people out there that want to question Ryan Garcia's dedication to the sport of boxing. Now, there's people, unfortunately, that calls Ryan Garcia a diva. Now, look, I'm one of those guys that consider these fighters as modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. I give the fighters the benefit of the doubt. But when you got your stablemate, and his name is Canelo Alvarez, cash cow, pound for pound #1, libra por libra, 4th division world champion, highly respected man in the sport of boxing, probably the hardest working man in the sport of boxing. Question your dedication? Damn, it is alarming, y'all. In a recent interview with Canelo Alvarez answered this question. They asked him, I do want to ask you specifically about Ryan Garcia, who just had wrist surgery. Where do you see Ryan going forward? Because he's one of the brightest young stars in boxing. Canelo Alvarez, a.k.a. Garcia. Get the fuck out of here, man. Reply, look, Ryan has a lot of talent. But to me, in my eyes, he's wasting a lot of time and wasting his talent. Ooh. I look at him and I don't see him 100% dedicated. And to us, mainly the Reynoso camp and things of that nature, the gym, and to us, that's a bad signal. We always remind him as a team to come to the gym, to train and learn because you need to be in the gym. You're learning day by day. At the very minimum, fighting 5 times a year. When I was beginning my career, I did 15 fights in 1 year. That's where I was at the beginning of my career. So definitely, he needs to be a little more dedicated. Now, this is coming from Canelo. This is coming from your Michael Jordan right here. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of trolls out there. There's a lot of people that are not fans of Ryan Garcia. There could be media folk, independent media, YouTube boxing content creators that could go disc Ryan Garcia. But and he could brush all that off. But when Canelo Alvarez is calling you out on the dedication that you have for this sport, that is alarming. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, let's be very, very clear. You got to live this sport. This sport is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? It's not cliche. If you step inside the ring, you could be hurt very, very bad. You could be paralyzed. Unfortunately, you could die in that ring as well. You gotta take the sport serious. You can't shortcut it or things of that nature. You cannot play with the sport. There's a saying that you don't play boxing. And there's a lot of boxers that also says the same thing. You don't play boxing. You don't play boxing. But there's a lot of boxers as well that play with boxing. That doesn't prepare 100% to step inside that ring. That they have shortcuts. They go to the camp and they do what you call it when you just go in the fat camp. A lot of people don't take it serious. Canelo Alvarez, who has about to fight 4 times in the span of 10 months, and he is the cash cow of boxing, he's still the hardest working man in the business. He's still the most seasoned elite in the sport of boxing. So that tells you a lot. When Canelo Alvarez is calling you out about your dedication, then man, it's alarming. It is alarming. So now the people that say about Ryan Garcia, you know what? These opinions are becoming highly legitimate. What's happening to Ryan Garcia? Is he getting enough money not fighting? Maybe that's what it is. Now, look, you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight to make ends meet. You don't. We already know, man. He could do the social media thing. He could be another Jake Paul. You know? He could do this for fun. You don't have to take it serious. Probably you could do exhibitions. You understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe this is what it is. Maybe he's not dedicated to this one. Maybe he just got a talent, but he don't love what he does. And I sensed it a little bit. I sensed it after he beat Luke Campbell. And yes, he was celebrating like it was the best. But then after it, we had interviews after, he was saying things like belts don't mean nothing. You know, almost like saying legacy don't mean anything. You know, like the guys that they should want to fight me more than me fighting them. I mean, he didn't call out Devin Haney after he fought to become a mandatory to Devin Haney. He's like Javante Tan Davis. He was tampering with the Manny Pacquiao possibility of having a Manny Pacquiao exhibition or things of that nature. And whether it was true or not, we don't see that fire in Ryan Garcia. You know? Had mental illness. And of course, do your thing. You know, you got to take care of yourself, especially if you got mental illness. You got to take care. You got to take care of this before stepping inside that ring. We're not, if he's injured, he's injured. But at the end of the day, there's just people out there that just think that He's not 100% there. Is Ryan Garcia a waste of talent? And it seems like maybe Canelo Alvarez is being nice about it. He's trying to say the truth. Or maybe he did say he's wasting his talent, wasting his time. I think that Sean Garcia don't want to really fight no more. I don't think he wants to fight anymore. I mean, maybe this is not the sport to grind it out, to really sacrifice. You got to do a lot of sacrificing to be in this sport, and maybe Ryan Garcia is not willing to do the sacrifice. Anyway, man, that's Canelo Alvarez, man. That's your stablemate. It is what it is, man. Let me know what y'all feel about Canelo Alvarez's statement. I hope he gets his stuff together, but if he don't want to fight, he don't have to fight. Now, in my mind as a fan, I'm not even going to question his skills right now. Now, the assessment is if Ryan Garcia is all there to step inside that ring, does he really want it? Does he really want to fight? Or does he just want to capitalize and punching body bags and, you know what I'm saying, or body garmers and make money off that? I mean, look, he could drop a video and it probably hit $1 million and get paid off that. Ad Googles and stuff, and ads or whatever. You know how people get paid. You can get your super chats or whatever. At the end of the day, man, it is a waste of talent, but not a waste of life. Understand what I'm trying to say? You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight. Leave the comment in the bottom. Let me know what you feel about Canelo Alvarez and what you feel about Ryan Garcia, and let's chop it up.